Stock market hits record gains. Elon tweets about selling stock, and Congress passes a $1 trillion infrastructure plan. All today on the Brass Bell Podcast. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up by 88.5 at open today, and that is continuing to climb today as we go throughout the trading day. S&P 500 is also up at open today of 4,701, which is about up from about 4 points. The NASDAQ opened today at 15,995, which is up about 24 points. And the Russell 2000 just up by 1.28 points. Top trending stocks today. We have the New Orient Education and Technology Group Incorporated. It's up about hovering around 5%. Lucid Group also up around 5%. Ford also hanging around about 5%. TAL Educational Group up about 3.3%. Fuel Cell Energy up about 14.6%. Apple is down about 0.35%. Pfizer down 1.31%, and AMD is up just about 3.21%. Peloton down about 10%. Not surprising if you ask me. Valve is up by 4.74%, and Tesla is down by 3.49%. So the stock of today, pretty exciting stock if you ask me. It is Lyft. The ticker is Lyft, Lyft. Price at open today was at $53.98. And the trend has been sideways over the past year, but I do expect that to change because they did report earnings and it finally hit profit. So its EPS was about 5 cents per share, which is just a pretty good start in the right direction for Lyft, I think. I'll see how their next quarter goes before making a judgment of, how the stock will go long term. And we'll have to keep an eye on this one. Surprises me considering that they've been operating at a loss for since they started business, so it's pretty exciting that they finally made profitability this quarter. They did have a operating cash flow with positive, which was pretty good. And the market cap for Lyft is about $18.82 billion. So some news that I would like to talk about is Tesla CEO Elon Musk posted, I believe it was either yesterday or Saturday. Let's see, when was this? This was November 6th, which was Saturday, yes. So Saturday, Elon Musk posted a poll on Twitter saying, much is made lately of unrealized gains being means of tax avoidance, so I propose selling 10% of my Tesla stock. Do you support this? And 57.9% of his Twitter followers said yes, which is crazy. And I was just reading the comments about this, and there was one person saying that, unrealized gains will wreck, or taxing unrealized gains will wreck the economy. 100% true. Here in this Twitter thread, Elon has said, note, I do not take cash, salary, or bonus from anywhere. The only way for me to pay taxes personally is to sell stock. So this is kind of a prime example of here he is, the quote-unquote richest man, or one of the richest men in the world, and he doesn't have a salary. He just owns lots of stock. And taxing unrealized gains will wreck the economy, because if Elon does sell, and he says that he will, based off of this Twitter thread, is liquidating stock. What that does is it pushes down the stock of the company, okay, and the price, the stock price of the company, because of the supply and demand. If right now, Tesla has really high demand, and so that's how stock goes up, right? In a very dumbed down way to say it. So if he sells stock, one, that looks bad because if the CEO always sells stock, everybody for some reason panics and they sell stock. So one, if Elon's selling stock, that means everyone, some other people are also going to sell, because if Elon's selling, then I got to sell too, kind of mentality. And then so it lowers people's valuations of their companies, but like uh, you just can't tax money that people don't have. It's the reason why we don't pay or that we don't make poor people, people at the lowest income bracket, they don't pay any taxes. You know why? Because they're barely making ends meet. Same thing with these billion-dollar people that don't have actual any cash on hand. It's their net worth is tied up in their companies. It's tied up in their stock of their own company, and the only way for them to pay these unrealized gains taxes is to sell that and realize the gains, which I don't know exactly how the tax will work, but if it taxes them on long-term capital gains and unrealized capital gains, then that's just double taxing the rich and these people that actually had to sell stock in order to actually pay for these taxes. So I think it's kind of it's really scummy, and I just don't see how that's beneficial for the overall economy to implement this unrealized gain taxes. So anyways, that's just some thoughts there about unrealized capital gains tax. But moving on, Congress did pass a $1 trillion infrastructure plan and is planning on working on passing the Build Back Better plan in the House. The Build Back Better plan, I don't think has a momentum to pass in the Senate, but it probably will pass in the House. So we'll see how that goes. The president did make some comments on Saturday talking about this infrastructure plan and how it's going to create new jobs that don't need a college degree. So it looks like the market is going positive off of these statements, but we'll just have to wait and see how this infrastructure plan is implemented, where the money is actually going, and see what it brings to the table. Again, that's it for today. I will keep an eye out for tomorrow, see what's going on, see how the market will react to all of this news today. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name has been David, and thank you for tuning in to the Brass Bell Podcast.